Hey, welcome to my data science channel. My name is Jason, and in this video I'm going to introduce you to R. Learning a new language can be frustrating, especially if you don't carefully learn the fundamentals, data structures, definitions, and understand default behaviors. The goal of this learning series is to give you a solid foundation in the R language, which will make your journey into advanced material much easier. By the end of this series, you will be able to manipulate, evaluate, simulate, and model data. Some of the items I want to cover in this video are what is R, how to download and install R, and then we'll briefly discuss scripts, workspaces, the working directory, and packages. Let's first say what R is. R is a free software environment for statistical computing and graphics. Some of the tasks I use R for are descriptive statistics, data visualization, linear and nonlinear modeling, statistical tests, classification, clustering, etc. All of these things can be easily implemented in R. When you first download and install R, it comes with a handful of packages, which is commonly referred to as the base distribution, or base R for short. More packages are available through CRAN, covering a wide range of modern statistics, data science, and machine learning. CRAN is a network of FTP and web servers around the world that store versions of code and documentation for R. It's also accessible from R itself. To install R, I recommend the cloud URL you see on the screen, which will automatically select the mirror closest to you. Alternatively, you can just Google search download R, and the first search result should be the official r-project.org website. When I clicked the cloud URL on my MacBook Pro, I was brought to a web page that looks like what you see on the screen now. Since I'm working on a MacBook Pro, I'm going to click the link in the second bullet that says Download R for macOS. If you're on a Windows machine, the web page may look different. When I clicked the link, I was brought to another page showing me different releases. It's important you select a package compatible with the machine you have. For example, in the first link titled R-4.2.1, it says 4 Intel Macs. In the link below, it says 4 M1 Macs only. So if you have one of the newer MacBook Pros, you definitely don't want to install the first link. Once R has been installed, you should see an application icon like the one appearing on the screen now. When the icon is clicked, the R console should open and look similar to what you see on the screen, depending on the machine and program version you have. If you look at the bottom, you will see an angled bracket which marks the command line. This is where code is typed and executed. Note that just above the command line it says workspace restored from and history restored from. This can be problematic while coding if you call a variable you never created in the current script, but it exists in the R environment because it pulled from a previous workspace. This can lead to errors in your code. Let's see what's currently defined in my environment. I'm going to type ls parentheses on the command line and press the return or enter key. As you can see, the objects ages, fit, mu, phi, and capital T exist, even though I didn't recently define them. I'm going to type ages and press the return key, so you can see in fact there's data. I can clear my workspace by either selecting an option in one of the menus above, or by typing rm parentheses list equals ls parentheses and pressing the return key. This will wipe out the objects in the R environment. R comes with a simple syntax highlighting editor that supports direct code execution. From the R console, click on the File menu at the top left and select the New Script option if you're on a Windows OS, or New Document option if you're on a Mac OS. A window should pop open next to the R console, providing a place to type your code. In addition, you can highlight portions of your code and run it from there. Scripts are usually saved using a .r file extension. Rather than use scripts, there's a program called RStudio you can download if you want a fancier coding environment for R. I actually don't use either. I just type my code into a text editor and copy and paste the code into the R console, and that's been working just fine for me. Anyways, these videos are just going to focus on the programming language R, so we're not really going to discuss RStudio. Let's talk about the workspace. The workspace is your current R working environment and includes any user-defined objects like vectors, matrices, data frames, lists, functions, etc. Workspaces are typically saved using a .r data file extension. If you're on a Windows OS, you can save and load a workspace via options in the File menu at the top. If you're on a Mac OS, you can save and load a workspace via options in the Workspace menu at the top. Let's talk about the working directory. The working directory is the directory R will assume when reading and writing files unless otherwise specified. On a Windows OS, the working directory can be changed in the File menu at the top. On a Mac OS, the working directory can be changed in the Miscellaneous menu at the top. This can also be done at the command line. If you type getwd parentheses in the command line of the R console and press the Enter or Return key, R will tell you the current working directory. You can use the setwd function to change the working directory as long as you provide a valid directory path passed as a string to the function. It's probably just easier to use the menus at the top. As you progress in R, you'll likely need to install more packages. To install a package for use in R, you can use the install.packages function. For example, one of the most popular packages in R for graphics and data visualization is called ggplot2. I recommend you just try to install it now. To do this, open the R console and type install.packages parentheses and in quotes ggplot2. And I added a comma dependencies equals true so that the other packages ggplot2 depends on will also be downloaded. Remember that you have to press the Enter or Return key to execute at the command line in the R console. This concludes the content for this video, and in the following videos we will dive right into coding. I want to thank you for watching my video, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you in the next video.